question. The other question is how do you feel about being called they as opposed to she?
So yeah, so my pronouns are she, her, and like they, um, that's I used to go by that when I was still like trying to, figure out myself and stuff. Um, if someone's like, oh, it's theirs,
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense. That's not when
Mm-hmm.
someone's like you, they, that's like,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
get it right, but you're trying, you know.
Mm-hmm.
um, when I came to she her because it just came to me
Mm-hmm.
even when I was a kid. It's something I've been like working on, like working
Mm-hmm.
on over time. And the better mental health I got, the more comfortable I was with using she her pronouns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
um,
Yep.
yeah, it's interesting for everybody that thinks like, oh, they're mentally ill, that's why they're trans. Like,
Yeah.
actually, they show more like more therapy people get, the more
Mm-hmm.
comfortable they are coming into like whatever form of queerness they have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I definitely know that in a lot of forms of queerness, especially when it comes to being trans, a lot of times there is therapy involved anyways when you transition and you want to get on hormones like and stuff like that. A lot of times the doctors
Hmm.
will ask you to go on therapy anyways, even if you're not
Hmm.
already
Mhm.
doing therapy. But to me, a lot of people in the queer community, but also women, they're really involved and invested in mental health in a way that I think men are not involved and invested in mental health. And there's a lot that comes from that, you know. And I think
Hmm.
the exploration is really where it's at. Like you're really never gonna know yourself if you never take the time to explore yourself. And I think that
Yep.
that's like definitely an integral part of holistic health. And then
Yep.
speaking of that exploration, can you tell us a little bit more about your experience growing up queer and what that was like for you?
Ooh, yeah. So let's just start from like childhood. Like as a kid, everyone's like making fun of me because they saw me as like a really like soft boy, effeminate
Mm-hmm.
boy, right? Um, but like, it's like try to toughen you up, but it didn't work on me for whatever reason. Um, um, like I didn't even get to know my dad that well. He was super like fundamentalist. I actually have like Muslim roots when I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like wasn't very accepting, even though like everything he tried to like make it stop, it wouldn't work. He tried to
Mm-hmm.
separate me from like certain friends or whatever, but my friend was gay too. He didn't know that anyway.
Got him.
Um, yeah, got him. Like, um, and um, my mom and dad were both separate, so like not being like not being like someone that's super trying to like walk around like this all day, like
Mm-hmm.
um, she didn't really get it until she came out as lesbian. So
Wow.
like then like she kind of got like a frame of reference of like understanding because she was like straight her whole life. She's like almost like 40 with like a 12-year-old child, running around America in Oakland, like not knowing what the fuck to do. And I've been through like so many different schools. I'm always like getting bullied, this and that. Wasn't until I moved to Oakland, I was like 13, where I started to like see other people like me and not be completely like othered for it.
Mm, mm-hmm.
That was very helpful. Like, I think even when you're young, you can kind of like, if you're young, you can like see other kids who are like different like
Mm-hmm.
you can like you psychically connect with other people who are like you in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So like growing up with making like other friends, like almost everyone in my friend group turned out to be gay in high
Wow.
school. It's like funny. Like I knew like knew there was a reason we hung out. Um it was like definitely beneficial for me to have been in Oakland, with like the community that's here. I've been to Pride, the real, not the like, yeah, I've been to like Pride every almost every year since I was like 16. Um, Coming into it while then I like was fully transitioning. I was like throwing all these Smash tournaments and like going to all these raves and stuff. Um, that also happened because the more and more I came to my identity, the more and more jobs wouldn't hire me, the more and more like I just wasn't like taking seriously like opportunities. So I need to find some way to like support myself, and turned out I can do it while running Smash tournaments. I can do it while I've been to Pride with my mom a few times when I was still really close with her. Um, so like I became like the gamer girl extraordinaire Smash commentator slash event coordinator because I had no other option to. Actually, nobody wanted to hire me. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just go to some Smash tournaments and be a DJ. That's working out great right now. But I was like, that was a little life summary, but that is like my transition summary. I started transitioning like with hormones when I was like 22. When I'm 25. Not That's too early. Sorry. Um, like I'm like 1 year in on it, but I started playing with my pronouns like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Sure.
um, yeah, a little quick rundown. These days, I help with getting self-defense kits and self-defense classes to Black, Indigenous people of color. I help other artists like me, like stream or record their show, or their
Mm-hmm.
performance, put it on whatever platform they got, or help them run the event in the first place. It's been cute having coming from like no community, not a lot of friends, to finding other people just trying to like support each other. All black, all brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have two follow-up questions. One that's quick and one that's more in depth. The quick one,
Yeah.
as far as your transition goes, what is the name three things best, worst, and random?
Ooh. Okay. So best thing about it, it's just how it like makes me feel. Um, there's a whole like medical textbooks you could go through. I didn't. I was just, but it does help the hormonal balances. Makes me
Mm.
feel like just good.
Mm.
Um, Worst thing about it, um, can I say the N word?
Yeah. Yeah.
When niggas is catcalling me up in East Oakland, and they get mad when I'm like,
Ooh.
"What's up?" That's
That's-
I wasn't even trying to talk to him in the first place,
Damn.
but he followed me, and now he mad. So like now we gotta fight, and I'm ready. um, and random things. Um, every meme page that like I've ever come across was run by like every meme page that I love is run by like a Black queer person, like on Instagram, on Twitter. Like they make the best memes, bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but we do.
Yeah.
Black people make the
Yeah.
best memes.
No, that's true. And most of the best memes are featuring black people in them somewhere.
Anyway,